Welcome to Line Trading, going over today's SPY recap and live analysis, a couple of key things to take away from today and go over. So first thing in the morning that I explained in the pre-market brief for Discord members was to be watching for the handle above 555 right here, along with holding above this 20-day moving average. And if that was the case, you could look for this continuation right here within this purple algorithm that we have been in. Now, within this purple buying continuation, we reached this target that I mentioned being 558 right here, that next level to be watching for. And here towards the end of the day, which we will get to, but we seem to be forming support off of it. And the next target will be up here towards this 562 level. And we can do the same thing once again, but we will go over this later. Like I also explained in the morning, if you were looking to short this, you would have to see the structure in order to do so, and you would have wanted to see something like this breaking out of this green right here and seeing this orange selling continuation, which we were unable to do. Now, we did lose this 20-day moving average right here in the morning, but you can see how we remained close to it and hugged it until we formed that support off of it, and I will explain that as well. And I was actually part of these cells right here before the move actually happened, which I will talk about as well, and why I had a red day. So now here on the 1 minute chart, going over the microstructure and algorithms. To start the morning, the 20-day moving average was right here, and we did open below it and form this head and shoulder off of it, but the structure was still too unclear for me to take for the first trade. I wanted to give it some time and let a larger structure build, which you can see we ended up doing, and took quite a bit of time before the actual move happened, and there is a lot to go over in here, which we will get to. But from here, there was this sell-off, and I explained that if we saw this head and shoulder right here, could look for more downside. Otherwise, you had to pay attention for this shoulder back above this moving average, and we got this, but it was a bit too quick and I did not get my entry right here. And now this will bring up to where my first loss occurred. We see this flag forming right here, and I take it off of this shoulder right here. I was even in the profits, protected some of my position, and then boom, this candle came in and gave me a nice stop out. Now, what was this candle right here? Well, it was the big boys taking profit from this rally up that we had yesterday. Now, not only did we have this in the morning right here, but we also had it towards the end of the day, a huge one as well. You can see right here. I will talk more about that at the end of the video. But from here, I explained that if we started to form this head and shoulder off of this level right here, we could look for, once again, maybe that move that we're looking for off of that 20-day moving average. But we did not get it, and instead formed something right here with this head and shoulder. Now, if you caught the entry, it was a good trade, but if not, it was a bit of a quick one. We never formed the handle off of this inverse cup right here, and we were never able to grab this liquidity on the way down. Like I explained, if we wanted to start doing that and rejecting that 20-day moving average and giving up some of that rally right from yesterday, something like this. Now, this is where my second loss occurred. So after this failed inverse cup, we start to once again, right, form this inverse head and shoulder, and I take it off of that 20-day moving average right here. And once again, I'm in the profits. My fill was a bit late. I was looking for us to be above this shoulder right here. So I filled on this candle, expecting that breakout for high of day, right? Once again, in the profits, able to take some profits, and then stopped back out on the way down. And I booked the loss for the day. Now, this is one of those situations where I'm not looking for a short because we are above that 20-day moving average, right? Like I explained, and we do not see this head and shoulder starting to form right here. We never have a reason to really be shorting. We're still in the purple buying continuation. Why would you be trying to fight the squeeze, right? And I just was not able to get it going for me, got involved, and both times, right, get stopped back out to the downside, even though it was the right idea. And we ended up finally forming this larger structure off of it, this larger cup and handle right there. But it took some time, and I was not looking to continue chasing this to the upside. Not sure if we were going to see once again more profit taking and something like that. So I just stayed clear for the rest of the day. But if you caught this, wonderful work. It was a really good trade and what we were looking for. It just did not work out for me today. Now, with this right here as well, I explained that you had to be looking for this on the 30-minute chart as we were in a wedge, as you can see right here, and you had to be paying attention for this inverse head and shoulder like I explained off that 20-day moving average just right there, and then finally get that continuation. Otherwise, you need to see that shoulder and need to see us break down. Now, after this breakout right here, we continue to see this blue and yellow controlled selling algorithm on the way up right here. And you see how we are just continuing to grind higher, right, with those algorithms right there, continuing to move up. Now, at this point right here, we do not see that continuation, and there is a sell off, but we are unable to grab this liquidity and form that handle. So once again, you should not be trying to short this right here. Now from here, once again, right, you have the yellow and blue controlled selling, and we try to form this inverse head and shoulder, but cannot get this continuation above this level and start to form this resistance. Now, if you took this right here off of this break, it would have been a great trade with this huge candle that came in, grabbing that liquidity on the way up right here, but we are unable to form a handle to see it continue dumping, potentially to that 20-day moving average again, and forming this larger cup right there. And then here at the end of the day, still unable to break above this level, even with this inverse head and shoulder right here. We're never able to form that handle and run out of time here to see if we get that continuation to that 562, or we do start to form something like this. And we will now go over that and what to be watching tomorrow. So into tomorrow, we do see this yellow algorithm with the blue building at the end of the day. And if we wish to continue to that level that I explained of 562 up here, we can continue closing that cup and eventually to these higher levels right here for the breakout of all-time highs. But we need to see us continue to build that liquidity, and at any point, if we require, right, a larger handle, we may take some more time to do so, may even have a bigger sell off until then, and form some sort of larger shoulder right here, as you can see, something like that. So in the case that there is a sell off, what you will need to see, whether it forms up here at this level and starts to form like that, or we form it at this level right here, you need to see us grabbing that liquidity on the way down, and you need to see a shoulder below that 20-day moving average if we are going to start breaking out of the green. And eventually, if you're looking for some sort of larger dump, well, we need to be back below this shoulder right here and this 5-day moving average. We are now back above both of them, so there is no reason to be shorting quite yet unless it is just a scalp. So you can see if I zoom out just a bit as well, how we are forming this larger inverse head and shoulder right here and continue to grab this liquidity, trying to close that cup right here. And then, like I explained, with that handle, with this blue and yellow algorithm, if we need to see that to continue. Now here on the daily chart, right back above both of those moving averages and continuing to form this inverse head and shoulder right here that we are looking for and close that cup. And then from there, that upper Bollinger Band will be the target. But if we do require more liquidity at these highs and have a pullback before that, that is fine as well. But that will wrap up the video for today. Thank you everyone for watching, and I will see members in the morning